What is up? It's Andy, and today I'm going to be taking on the house over at No House Advantage. Why is that? Because we got a full slate of NHL games, and this final month of the season has brought about a lot of scoring. So I think there are a lot of opportunities here to try to sniff out some players who will help you win 21 times your money. What's 21 times your money, you ask? That's the amount that you get paid out if you win the Versus the House contest on No House Advantage. If you haven't taken part in this before, let me tell you a little about it and about No House Advantage. No House Advantage, it's taken player props and fantasy and rolled it into one. It's a simple, easy to use platform. It shows you a player, shows you Braden point over or under 2.5 shots on goal. You pick it. You pick 5 like that, you make 21 times your money. But it doesn't just have to be NHL. We're going to be focusing on NHL picks, but you can take 3 from the NHL, 2 from the NBA. As long as you got 5 right, you got 21 times your money. There's also a pick'em contest. The pick'em contest is more tournament style, where you're going to make more than 5 picks. But the more that you get right, the higher you rise in the standings and get closer to that top prize. And for a limited time, I don't know how it's going to last, but if you click the link in the description of this video and you register a new account over on No House Advantage, they're going to match your first deposit up to $100. So you put in 100, get 100, multiply it by 21, and life is going pretty well for you. And also it'll be going very well for you because No House Advantage offers the highest payouts on 4-player and 5-player parlays. So if you're ripping 4s or 5s, which I know you are, there's no better place to be than No House Advantage. I'm giving them some love, huh? Well, how about they give some of the players I choose here some love? I'm going to start with that Canadiens-Bruins rivalry game. You know, the Bruins have been playing they've been playing great defense all season long, but they had that little lull there where they lost a few. It's hard to blame them. You know, they're cemented in the standings. They got the President's Trophy. They got it. It's all but locked up. So there's very little to play for, but still, they haven't let their play fall too far off. They've been excellent defensively in these last couple of games. They held the pretty high-scoring Senators to 1 goal, and then Swayman had a shutout in the game before that. So they're locking things down defensively. And against Montreal, their rival on home ice, I'm looking for that to continue, which is why I'm going to take the under half of a point for Nick Suzuki. If they're stopping the Senators' offense at home, and they had to shut out the game before that, I like my chances on them shutting down the Canadiens' offense. And then on the other side of the puck, I'm more than happy to take over half of a point for Pavel, Zacha, or Tyler Bertuzzi. You can take your personal favorite, or maybe you can take them both. Why is that? Because Montreal is just hemorrhaging chances. They're giving up goals left and right. They give up 8 to Colorado, 15 to Florida. When they're on the road, or when they're at home, whatever, they're just giving up a ton of goals. And it's not like they have the goaltending that can stand on its head and prevent pucks from going into their net. So you got Zacha playing on that second line with the other Czechs. He's on Pasternak's line, gets some power play time. Bertuzzi gets some power play time. Both of those guys are probably pretty good shots to go over half of a point. So I'll do over half of a point for both of them, under half of a point for Nick Suzuki in that game. And then I'm going to shift my attention over to the Tampa-Ottawa game. That Ottawa team who was only able to score 1 against Boston. Well, I would imagine more goals are going to go in this game, but I'm going to start on the Tampa side of the ice. I'm taking the over half of a point on Brandon Hagel, who's on that ultra-stacked top line with Point and Kucherov, and this is what I like to call the trickle-down effect, where you're playing with 2 superstars and you're likely to benefit from the production of those guys. And it's not like Hagel's some bum that they just threw on there. It's not like when they used to throw Zach Kassian with Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl. You have a player, a very good young player, playing with 2 all-stars on that top line. I love Brandon Hagel's chance against a defense that is no stranger to letting pucks into their net. I love Brandon Hagel to go over half of a point in this particular game. And I'll also even go over 2.5 shots on net for Steven Stamkos. You know he's the main weapon on that power play, ripping those one-timers in terms of finishing. As far as shooting goes, I know Kucherov is, the main distributor on the power play, but when it comes to ripping shots to the net, how many times have we seen him rip that one-timer? And then he's the primary weapon on their second line. I think he's a good bet in a game against Ottawa where they don't play much defense. This could be high scoring. It's supposed to go over 6.5. You got to like Steven Stamkos' chances for going over 2.5 shots on net. And then the last one I'm going to look at is Trevor Zegras in Anaheim. They're going up against Winnipeg, who seems to be getting that defensive groove back together. Ever since they played the Bruins a couple games ago, it seems like they're focusing on defense. They're getting kind of that playoff brand of hockey back. They're leaning on Connor Hellebuck, who's been Vezina quality this year. And I'm looking for that to continue in Anaheim, which is why I'm going to take the under half of a point for Trevor Zegras against the Winnipeg Jets. And those are the picks that I got for you as we try to make 21 times our money here on this Thursday night. Make sure you're subscribed to the On Shopper channel. Why is that? Because we're going to do this again on Tuesday, where I'm going to look at the slate and give you another 5 picks. So make sure you're subscribed there. And then you could always go over to Stokastic.com, where they offer free projections and optimal lineups for different No House Advantage contests. So definitely check those out, and I will see you on Tuesday. Take it easy.